What is the new core path for getting Italian dual citizenship by descent? So how does it work? What is the process? Today we want to go more deeper into the process. We want to explain you how it works when you want to file a petition for Italian dual citizenship by descent because of lack of appointments, so you have to go through an Italian court. We want to also share with you a few details with some concrete cases, so real cases and real stories, so you can understand exactly how does it work and what your Italian immigration lawyer, Italian immigration attorney will do for you in detail. So this is Marco Bersani from the Bersani Law Firm and Partners from Italy, an Italian immigration law firm with more expertise about the Italian citizenship process and about Italian dual citizenship by descent in particular. So do not lose any more time, let's start. So let's start from the beginning. We already talked in another video that you can find the other past videos about this new path, the so-called core path. This new path is called a core path because you can file your petition for Italian dual citizenship by descent through an Italian immigration court. This is really interesting. It's a really new way to apply, especially after the COVID pandemic when everything shut down, and so also the Italian Consulate stopped to process the application, new petition for Italian dual citizenship by descent. And that is exactly the legal basis for when you can file your petition through an Italian immigration court. So there are in particular two cases, so two situations where you can file your petition through an Italian immigration court, so you can follow the new court path. Number one, if you are facing a lack of appointment of the local Italian consulate. So when you want to file your petition, are you ready to file your petition for claiming your Italian dual citizenship by descent? Technically speaking, if you are residing abroad, you should file your petition through the local Italian consulate, which is the Italian government office that represents the Italian government locally abroad in your foreign country. If you heard the process like that, it seems very easy. Well, it's not like that. It's not so easy, especially after the COVID pandemic. Almost all the consulates all around the world almost shut down your appointment, so it's now literally impossible. Actually, it's like 2 years, more than 2 years, that it's literally impossible to get an appointment at the local Italian consulate. So what to do? When you are facing a lack of appointment at your local Italian consulate, if you're living abroad, yes, this is the first case, the first scenario where you can file your Italian citizenship by descent through the court path, so through an Italian immigration court. So we can represent you and file your petition. So actually you have not to come in Italy, you have not to do anything, then collecting the documents, send the documents to us and we will take care of everything. The second scenario is always related to the lack of appointments. So in case you can have an appointment at the local Italian consulate, but the Italian consulate will give you an appointment very far in time. So for example, now you are so lucky to book the unique slot that the consulate will open, and the slot will be for, I don't know, for example, in 2027. It's like almost 4 or 5 years of wait time for getting your first appointment at Italian consulate. It's really crazy. It's a really huge amount of time. And indeed, what Italian law says, the Italian law says that you have the right to file your petition, and the consulate has to giving you the appointment in maximum 2 years. So the entire process, it says the law, must be ended in a 2 years time frame. So of course, if you have an appointment in 5 years, they are of course automatically violating the legal term, because it means that you have 5 years of wait for having your first appointment, and at the first appointment you have to bring the documents, and the consulate can take other 2 years to decide a case. So we have 7 years waiting for just the application. That is absolutely huge amount of time. So in these two cases, two scenarios, you can apply through an Italian immigration court through your Italian immigration attorney. Here we have a few cases that we recently filed through the Italian immigration courts. So your attorney will prepare the petition, will file the lawsuit, because technically it's a lawsuit against the Ministry of Internal Affairs. and so also, of course, of the consulate. And in this way, we can file the lawsuit. We will explain the judge the case. We will explain what happened. We will present the case together with all the documents. Of course, we assisted you to collecting the documents, and then the judge will decide the case. Pay attention to a recent update because, as you maybe heard, or maybe you also read on our website, until July of 2022 of this year, the unique tribunal, the only court in Italy that was competent who has jurisdiction only, or unique jurisdiction only on this type of matter, this type of topics, was the tribunal in Rome. Starting from July 2022, things changed. So there is a new law, the law 206 of 2022, that started to be enforced starting from last July of 2022. So this new law, the law 206 of 2022, says that you can file your petition at the local immigration court depending on where your Italian ancestor was born. So in this case, for example, here we had a few recent cases where, for example, the ancestor was born next to in a small village in Naples. So in this case, we will file through the immigration court in Naples. Or we have clients that had ancestor, which is pretty common, from Sicily and the south of Italy. So yes, we will go in the south of Italy. For example, if you have an Italian ancestor for your grandfather, for example, from Sicily, in a town, a small village next to Palermo, for example, well, we will file through the tribunal immigration court in Palermo. So what is really, really important is to check where the Italian ancestors were born. So if the town, the village is under the jurisdiction of the local immigration court. So we will file through the closest immigration court that we will find. Okay, so now you can ask, okay, I filed my petition, you filed by the right court, you filed my petition, you do everything for me. So what happened at the end? What the judge will say and what happened next? The judge will, of course, pronounce the sentence. The sentence will recognize you as an Italian citizenship by descent. The judge, of course, will rule after checking that you tried, of course, to book your appointment at the local Italian consulate, and we will provide evidences that you tried your best. The judge will rule in favor of your case. So from that moment, you are declared an Italian dual citizenship by descent. After a short period of time, that is 30 days, if the ministry won't appeal the case, and it never happens, the judgment is executive, can be considered executive, so definitive. There is no way to appeal the decision, so the decision is final. In this case, then we can collect a few paperwork from the court, like a certificate of appeal. We will file everything, we will notify everything to the local municipality where your ancestor was born, because your birth certificates must be transcribed, must be registered into the local municipality where your Italian ancestor was born. In this way, you can have some Italian birth records. With that, you can finalize your process. Then you can go through the consulate, you can register yourself through the database of Italian nationals living abroad, and then you can finally have your Italian passport in hands. That's very easy, actually. So you just go to the consulate, take the fingerprints and pay the passport fees, and that's it. So this is the process, how it works, and as you may understand, this is a really great opportunity, because if you are facing lack of appointments at your local Italian consulate, the good thing is that there is a solution. So for any other comments, for doubts, for questions, do not hesitate to contact us. You can do that through our website. You can also leave some comments here below. If you want in-depth consultation, you can book your consultation through our website, and you also contact us through our social media. You can follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and also LinkedIn, so you can be updated to all our content, the articles, blog articles, and of course you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is very important, because you will be notified as soon as a new video is published on your YouTube channel. So this is Marco Bersani, as I said, and see you on the next video.